I look like such a mess right now, but I apologize because I'm sick and I'm under the weather. But I'm going to be talking about the best trip that I have ever taken with the Department of Management at the illustrious North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. So a group of my colleagues and I got a blessed opportunity to go to South Africa for a study abroad program. South Africa. I wish we were staying for the whole entire semester. We only stayed for 10 days. Well, a little bit less because of weather issues. I'm sorry if I'm going to be looking away because I wrote some stuff down. But the purpose of the trip was to demonstrate our understanding of South African culture, develop a multinational understanding of entrepreneurship and innovation, gain insight into our own level of cultural awareness. The plane ride was truly exhausting. We left from Charlotte Douglas Airport and then we arrived to London Heathrow Airport. That plane ride within itself was like a good 9 hours or something. And then we had a 10-hour layover in London. So then from London, we flew and we arrived to Johannesburg.
Bring that to my attention so I can arrange that we choose an appropriate place for you to do that. Based on this poverty and advantage, just as we go over the ridge.
When we arrived, we were introduced to our lovely tour guide, Daryl. Shout out to Daryl, he was amazing. And him and his colleagues took us to the hotel and then we got ready for the welcome dinner. And at the welcome dinner, we learned about different South African tribes and a lot of history of South Africa. At the end, there was a big performance with everyone and it was really beautiful.
The red corn to make it powder so that she can make their traditional beer, bujalwa. And in the middle of the village, they have fireplace, the ifo. The reason why they divided it into 4 ways is because of the wind, spear. It will make a sound of so they named the spear Iqwa because of the sound. Please.
The next day, Daryl took us to the Constitutional Court of South Africa, and the Constitutional Court is basically a high court that deals primarily with constitutional laws. Its main authority is to rule on whether laws are challenged or in fact unconstitutional. So a fun fact, well not really fun because it was horrible, but all of Nelson Mandela's trials were held there, and Nelson Mandela was sent to prison for 27 years on Robben Island. Then we went to the Apartheid Museum. In the Apartheid Museum, we learned a lot about the history of how whites and blacks were separated in South Africa, and strategists in the National Party invented the apartheid as a means to cement their control over the economic and social system. Initially aimed, the apartheid was to maintain white domination while extending racial separation with enactment of apartheid laws in 1948. Racial discrimination was institutionalized, and if I'm not mistaken, the apartheid was ended in 1989 by Nelson Mandela. And honestly, when we went to the Apartheid Museum, some of the stuff that I learned, I honestly did not know, and it wasn't much different from segregational times here in the United States. And then after that, we went to the village, Soweto. And I actually had 2 cousins that lived there, but I didn't have time to go visit them. But in Soweto, we went to Freedom Square, went to the regional Mundi Church, went to Nelson's Mandela House, where it wasn't where he was born, but we went to his house. And yeah, so I'm gonna insert clips of that, and it was just an amazing experience.
all had to carry identification documents explaining who we were, our dates of birth and our names, and what our race was. As a white person, I only had to carry it illustrated to you the diversity of who made up that resistance. All but Dennis Goldberg went to Robben Island. Dennis Goldberg, because he was a white man, had to go to the
dividing the living room from the kitchen. Mama needs about a brick wall so that every time the police would shoot, it would just hit the brick wall and nothing. In here used to be a shower room. The toilets were outside. They were using the bathroom system. The painting room there is painted by Mr. Leonard Carter and
Oh, okay. I like some of it, not all of it. You want a little bit?
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
Over here is Mahato, the one who passed away in 2005. He was 55 from the disease HIV/AIDS. At the back here, the coal stove right over there. This is gas coal stove, is not original. Unfortunately, they destroyed them to warm the house due to the dusting plate was used as a shield, so that every time the police would shoot, it would keep the dusting lit. That's why it's still has a visible. This furniture is also original. It belongs to Mama Bidi. She gave it to another family for safekeeping since the police would burn this house alone and then they brought it back. As you can see this picture, she is sitting on one of the chairs right over there. Matia Babe's picture taken in 2009. As you can see, it was surrounded by ladies. Mr. Nelson Mandela, Mama Nina Mandela, the two daughters Zinani and Zinzi, three granddaughters and two great-granddaughters. But unfortunately, those one passed away distributed to the World Cup for the kites. Over there, that is a picture that he used on his fake passport. He went by the name of David Mutama, and Mutama means brother. Over here is his mother, who passed away from a heart attack in 1968 after visiting him in prison.
next day in South Africa, we went to this company called Herbert Smith Freehills. And what it is, it's a global law firm, and they have different offices in France, they have one in Australia, and they actually opened their office in Johannesburg in 2015. I think it is their first office in South Africa. And as a whole, we asked a lot of questions about how their business runs and the economy and all this other stuff. And that was a great experience as well. Later on that night, after we came back from Soweto and visiting all these historic places, we went to the mall. We got to meet locals, and we had got moves to go to a party that was right around our hotel, and I'll insert some clips of that in the video after this. So it is currently 8:22 p.m. and I'm waiting for my food from Riff's Bar and Grill that's right downstairs from where we're staying. And I'm just gonna go ahead and record my video since I'm gonna be waiting for my food. So basically today was a really fun day. We did a lot of activities. So I'm gonna start from the beginning. So basically I had breakfast, and the breakfast was really good. Breakfast is always good. And I'm sorry if I look down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. I wrote notes down so I won't forget. So basically today we went to Josie Hub, and Josie Hub is a tech-focused co-creation space for startups and up-and-coming businesses. It fosters a culture of openness and innovation for new companies. And Sam Monk, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but he spoke to us today, and he is a team leader at Josie Hub. And Mr. Spate actually spoke with us today, and he spoke about his business as well, and it was very informative and it was very inspiring. And after that we left, and we actually got some food that was sponsored by Google, so thank you to Google. And the food was really good. I had a burger and a salad. And after that we changed our clothes to go ahead and go to the Lion Park, and that was really fun, even though I didn't get to really pet the lion because I got very scared. So the lion bit Dr. Murphy, and that was a no-no for me, and I didn't even want to get close to the lion. No, after I saw that, I was just like, that's not gonna be me. I'm not gonna give myself room for me to get bit. I'm so sorry. And he was just, the lions was too, and I feel like in our group he was just way too touchy. Like at first, that was probably part of the first group, I would have been okay, but that was the last group, and I think the lions were aggravated and everything, so I was not feeling it. But yeah, so today was a really good day, and later on I'm probably gonna go to a party, and yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. So we did end up going to a party later on that night, and I must say that was the best party I've ever been to, hands down. Better than the parties that I've been to in America, even though I don't party like that. But everybody was nice. It was a good time. We saw Rich Homie Quan, and I'm gonna insert the clips in the next clip. But yeah, everything was fun. I had the best time of my life. It was a great time. Saturday, December 15th, we had to say goodbye to Joburg and hello to Cape Town. So we did end up going to a party later on that night, and I must say that was the best party I've ever been to, hands down. Better than the parties that I've been to in America, even though I don't party like that. But you know, everybody was nice. You know, it was a good time. We saw Rich Homie Quan, and I'm gonna insert the clips in the next clip. But yeah, everything was fun. I had the best time of my life. It was a great time. Another company visit the next day, and I can't remember exactly the name of the company that we had, but it was a really nice company, and the lady was very informative about the economy of the company, not the economy of the company, but how the job benefits the economy, and we're talking about inflation, and it was very informative. Yeah, it was a really nice company trip. I enjoyed it. The day after that, we had a free day. So my clique, my gang, it was about 10 of us. We all decided to put money together to get a cab and go to Table Mountain. And it's one of the 7 wonders of the whole entire world. It was absolutely breathtaking. It was such an amazing experience. Like, that was one thing that I will remember forever. The whole trip I'll remember forever, but the tabletop, like, the view was unlike anything I have ever seen in my whole entire life. So beautiful. I have pictures, I'll insert pictures later. After that, we went to the beach. After the beach, what else did we have? We had, I think, our farewell dinner, and oh no, not the farewell dinner. I apologize. We went to dinner. We went to Mama Africa, and the food, like, that was the first time we had authentic African food, and it was bomb. It was so good. We ended up dancing with the locals in the restaurant. I'll insert all the clips, but it was such a good time. I enjoyed myself. I really did. And this concludes my video, and honestly what I have to say is going to South Africa was a very life-changing experience. Even though I'm African myself, it was the first time I've actually been to Africa, surprisingly. And some of the stuff that, you know, I saw, I already knew. So when we went to the village and stuff, I already knew, you know, from, you know, family members and seeing pictures. It wasn't anything like, oh, surprising or anything, but there was a lot of stuff there that I didn't know was there, and I'm not gonna say it was ignorant of me, but it's just the fact that I didn't know that, like, South Africa was like that, you know. And some places there were actually way better than here, and overall I gained a new cultural awareness of other cultures regarding, because even though, yeah, Africa is like a continent, but there's many different cultures. So the South African culture, even though it's similar to the Congolese culture, but it's very much different as well. Some of the customs that they do and some of the rituals and some of the stuff that they do is very more is different than what I know. And yeah, overall I had a good experience. I would love to go back. I plan on going back at least 3 years from now. And yeah, overall I learned a lot, especially about at the different companies, the way the governments ran, and how you know, everybody has a say-so in certain things, and overall it's just good. So that concludes my video.